In a quiet neighborhood lived Henry, a man whose home was a treasure trove, or so he thought. What began as a simple collection soon spiraled into an obsession that trapped him in a cycle of greed. Join us as we unravel the tale of a hoarder and discover how the desire for more can lead to a life of emptiness and regret. Henry was once an avid collector. He started with rare coins and vintage toys, believing each piece held a story waiting to be told. His friends admired his passion, often gathering to see his growing collection. One day, this will be worth a fortune, he would boast, his eyes gleaming with dreams of wealth and admiration. Each item he acquired felt like a small victory, a step closer to a future filled with financial freedom. But as the years went by, his passion morphed into an obsession. The thrill of finding new treasures soon faded, replaced by an insatiable need to acquire more. Just one more item, he thought, justifying each purchase as a necessary addition to his collection. Slowly, his home transformed into a chaotic maze of clutter. Friends began to worry as Henry isolated himself, preferring the company of his belongings over human connection. What once brought joy now felt like a burden. Concerned for his health and happiness, Henry's friends tried to intervene. "You need to let some of this go, Henry," they pleaded. "It's taking over your life." But Henry, blinded by greed and the fear of losing his treasures, pushed them away. "You don't understand," he shouted, refusing to see how far he had fallen. In his mind, every item was a piece of his identity, and parting with them felt like losing a part of himself. Then came a turning point, a day that would change everything. As he sifted through his mountains of possessions, Henry suddenly felt overwhelmed. Panic set in as he struggled to breathe amidst the chaos. In that moment, surrounded by the very things he thought would bring him happiness, he understood the weight of his greed. He was trapped, not by his belongings, but by his own choices. The realization hit hard. What was meant to be a collection had turned into a prison. Determined to reclaim his life, Henry finally reached out to his friends for help. Together, they began the daunting task of decluttering his home. Piece by piece, he let go of items he no longer needed. With every item discarded, he felt a weight lift from his shoulders. As the clutter cleared, so did his mind. Henry discovered the joy of simplicity and the freedom that comes with letting go. He learned that true happiness isn't found in possessions, but in experiences and connections. As the clutter faded, so did Henry's isolation. He began participating in community events, volunteering his time and sharing his story. He realized that the connections he had neglected were far more valuable than any material possession. His friends, once worried, now celebrated his transformation. They often gathered at his home, which now welcomed laughter and joy instead of chaos. Henry's journey became an inspiration, a testament to the power of change and the importance of valuing what truly matters. The tale of the hoarder reminds us that while collecting can bring joy, hoarding can lead to a life filled with emptiness and regret. Greed may promise satisfaction, but it often results in isolation and despair. True wealth lies not in what we own, but in the relationships we nurture and the moments we share. In a world that often equates success with accumulation, it's essential to recognize the beauty of letting go. If you found inspiration in Henry's journey and want to hear more stories that reveal valuable life lessons, don't forget to subscribe to Greedy Tales.